Truckers X TV on air. We are now live in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Spirit of Justice. In the previous episode, we continue on Uendo's testimony. We had to go through a psychology process again, and it turns out he has multiple personality disorder. So anyways, before we get started, ladies and gentlemen, make sure to do me a favor right now and hit that like button, and your support is greatly appreciated to the channel. So let's begin on these multiple personalities. Uendo Tomino, a Rakugo storyteller, as you know. Hello everybody, Patches the friendly jester here. Kisagawa, courtesan. And is that all of you? Yes, that's all of us. So there are 3 personalities in total. Ueno, Patches, and Kisagawa. Hey, we encountered 2 twins. The freaking mean one was cuter though. Well, Simon, what do you think now?
That you're one lucky duck. Just be glad they're dense enough to help you out.
Can't you just straight up say I did great for a change?
You appear to be quite proud of yourself, defense. But all you have done is infringe upon the privacy of the witness. Plead the 5th.
I couldn't disagree more, prosecutor. Now that we know there are 3 personalities, a new way for us to interpret the meaning of a certain piece of evidence has arisen.
A new interpretation? What is this piece of evidence we're talking about?
Knowing what we know about Uendo and his personalities, this is how it makes perfect sense.
What does?
The dying message? Simon's statement? New way for us to interpret the meaning. Oh, okay, it's the message we're talking about. Got it.
Take that!
It's the message. Because all 3 of them may have different meanings of the freaking Owen 4th. That's right, Your Honor. Recall the original dying message left at the scene. We didn't have a clue as to what Owen 4th could have possibly meant. But it could be a stage title. But now, with this new information about Uendo and his personalities, isn't it possible that Owen 4th actually means a secret 4th personality of Uendo's a personally named Owen? Huh?
What?
Pokuka! Indeed! Uendo must have kept his dissociative identity disorder from us because he didn't want to be associated with any of that dying message.
No, that's not why! We kept our disorder a secret for a different reason altogether! We've been taking advantage of our affliction to act our various Rakugo characters. If word of this got out, well, our reputation as a Rakugo artist would have been tarnished, as would have Toniendo's name. That's why we kept it as a secret from everyone except members of the Toniendo school. But really, there is no 4th personality, it's just the 3 of us in here. A plausible enough sounding story. But it doesn't prove you didn't rearrange the cards, does it?
But I will concede that this is highly that the witness rearranged the cards. Is Prosecutor Sanmani actually agreeing with us? However, it is not also possible that the accused killed Master Toniendo. And then left that message in order to friend the witness. Also, that's why we had so many voices. And upon noticing the cards, when he found the victim's body, Uendo rearranged them.
A fantastic tale, but a tale nonetheless. No one outside of Toniendo school knew about Uendo's multiple personalities. Uendo just finished saying so himself.
That is true, but ultimately the meaningless point. The witness was only in the dressing room for 2 to 3 minutes. That's far too little time to commit murder, wouldn't you say?
Objection!
Then who's to say he couldn't have done it before his discovery?
Objection!
Ah, that spring check memory of yours. Have you already forgotten Prosecutor Blackwell's testimony? Simon's testimony? Oh.
Back to a flashback. Get Iru escorted to the dressing room, but we heard the sound of Rakugo being performed from within. That's right, until just a few moments before Unedo entered the dressing room. Taifu Tonere was confirmed to still be alive!
Ah! No!
Not only that, but Niendo was on stage until just before he discovered the body. A bulletproof alibi that I have already confirmed with several audience members.
No!
I also heard that Rakugo performance that day was a steaming pile of... Well, you get the picture. I don't. Yes, I'm afraid so. Really stunk up the stage, I did. And yet, I have a perfect alibi. Indeed, why not land the coup de grace on the defense by describing your alibi witness?
Okie dokie, Smokey.
Oh, great. Here we go. His alibi. I was on stage until just moments before I went into the dressing room. The entire audience was my witness. But before my performance was a huge buzz, not a single soul laughed. So that's what happened? I'll never be able to live down how terribly I bombed during that very important show. Uendo was on stage before he found the body, so he could not have committed the crime. It is the time to let it all go. Oh, great.
Well, get this, Prosecutor Marty. The right anything agent never gives up. We fight to the bitter end.
There. Allow me to say this once more. I'm not gonna say the line, I'm getting annoyed saying it.
Allow me to say once more, I'm never giving up.
Let it...
Never!
This is pointless. You should have taken advantage of this opportunity while you could, you foolish child. You worthless convictions only serve to prolong the accused's suffering. If words will not sway you, then perhaps pain will. Great.
Oh no! Anything but this!
Yeah, we know what to say.
Ah! What's the big idea, Prosecutor Sadmati?
That was but a small dose of punishment for you misguided convictions. Are you now a bit more inclined to give up as instructed?
As if!
In that case, you must require another dose. Not bloodly likely. I don't give two flips about your beliefs. But if Sykes Stoner were to submit to you here, I won't be able to eat good soba anymore.
That's right! For Mr. Wet's future and Prosecutor Blackwell's stomach, I will never give up.
You will rue to those words, defense. Of that I can assure you. Here we go. Testimony time. Let's press on forward. Find the inconsistency. How many is there? 4. I was on stage until just moments before I went on the dressing room. The entire audience was my witness. But my performance was a huge bust. Not a single soul laughed.
Hold it!
Do you have any idea what went wrong?
I'm not sure if it was my performance, or if it was just the particular audience. Or maybe it was just a story I picked. But every entertainer knows that this kind of thing happens from time to time.
I guess that makes sense. Still, I wonder how could he flopped at his own commemorative show. Maybe I should dig into things a bit more. What Unando performed? I mean, it could have been those two things. Could you tell me which Rakugo story you performed?
I could, but I'm not sure if I would mean anything to the uninitiated.
Well, even I might not get it. Can't you at least try me?
Alright, if you insist. The story I perform is called Tokisoba.
Time soba, huh? Wait, isn't that... He's only said that the name of the routine. I'm already lost.
Ah, so you performed Time Soba, did you?
What? You know it, Prosecutor Sadmari?
In the course of my studies last night, I became familiar with a number of stories. I must say, defense, you would do well to prepare better for your next trial.
Will she get her own game?
I mean, Paul did.
Simon, what's Time Soba about?
Huh, look it up yourself!
Allow me to give an overview.
The story takes place on a winter's night. A man orders a bowl of soba at a street stall. How you doing, sir? What can I get for you? Oh, here we go!
I'll have a bowl.
Oh, great. We're definitely getting an overview of the story, huh? Take us to the point! Give us the point! Well, prosecutor. The customer talks on and on like this. Finally, when he is done eating, he goes to pay for his soba. So how much do I owe you? That'll be 16 months. 16 mon? Oh, great. I mean, this could give us a hint as to why it bummed. It's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, thanks. He dipped?!
I don't get it. What was so
He counted the seconds and dipped? He didn't pay. Don't you see? The customer paid with coins, counting them out one by one. Oh. Then just after counting 8, he asked about the time. And the soba vendor answered with 9. Oh! I get it! Oh!
Oh! He made the vendor say 9 and then he continued counting from 10.
So he cheated! I get it now! Exactly. Okay, I can't stop smiling after hearing that. Exactly, he cheated the soba vendor out of them 1 mon with his smooth talking. The story continues when another man who saw the whole thing and tries to do the same. But he bungles the trick and ends up paying more than 16 mon for this soba.
Oh, so that's why he messed up. He messed up the trick.
The story ends on that as a punchline. You can look up the rest of the detail yourself, or I'm sure Prosecutor Sad Monk over there would love to perform it for you after count. Court.
So basically it's a story about a man cheating on his soba bill. That's kind of petty, isn't it?
Huh. Is that really all you have to say about this classic story? Time soba is such a well-known staple of Rakugo that skill of artists is critical. What? Fine, so you study a lot. But we haven't have the time for a lecture detour right now, Prosecutor Sad Monk. I want to look it up. Is that a real thing? Time soba. Rakugo. I'm not sure if it's a real thing or just made up, but okay. Oh, I want to hear a little bit more, but I suppose it's off topic. Getting back to the matter I had, Miss Sykes, the witness stated that the story I performed is called Tokisoba, otherwise known as Time Soba. Would you like to add this statement to his testimony? Yeah, let's add it. I mean, the only way that I could think he messed it up is that he did it wrong. Like, he was the second person that was trying to con the man, but failed. That's why I'm guessing he failed.
Hold it!
A story where a man cheats on his soul.
It's a lot of pressure when you're a star of the show.
You, nervous? I thought you'd be all calm and collected, but I guess you can get stage fright, huh?
I wanted it so badly to live up the great name of Uendo that I inherited. That I guess I overperformed a little this time.
Wait, Uendo was the stage name of a former member of the Teniendo school, right?
That's right. The name belonged to one of the Shisho's former disciples who died of illness at a young age.
With the weight of a new name like that, oh, I could see why you were feeling the heat, just like me. I'm carrying the weight of my entire agency on my shoulders right now.
In that case, can I count on your sympathy and have you go a little easier on me?
With the audience as his witness, Uendo has a pretty unshakable alibi, doesn't he?
You're not giving up, are you? Where's that never say die spirit you displayed earlier?
Of course I'm not giving up, Simon! I just know Uendo has something to do with this case.
But how will you connect him to the crime when he was at alibi as strong as that?
I don't know just yet. But I'm going to press his testimony and keep an eye on it for contradiction.
What do we have that will contradict him?
Oh, I guess time-wise, what time would he be at? How can we be sure it was you who was on stage? I was asking for the time, but we're not gonna get that. I'm asking for time. Like, what time was this freaking stage was at? Okay, the entire audience was my witness. Okay, let's try to find some contradiction right now. That's the stage, he went from there. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, invitation. Okay, let's see. Inside the envelope was a ticket to the show and a letter from the victim. The letter contained a simple greeting and run down the show's program. Geiru was to perform her balloon act. Then Uendo was to do his soba gluten routine, and finally, there's the contradiction! There's the contradiction right there. There's the contradiction. He did the wrong thing. Uendo, isn't there something odd about the routine you perform? Oh, so that's why the audience was bombed, because he did the wrong performance. Got it. Odd? No, I don't think there's anything odd about it. But that's exactly what I find odd. The fact that you don't think it's odd. We are discussing the witness alibi at the moment, defense. The show's program is completely irrelevant. That's where you're wrong, Prosecutor Sadmati. The reason being, it contradicts the statement the witness just made. Uendo, do you know what this is?
No, what is this?
This is an invitation to the show, sent from Master Toniendo to Prosecutor Blackwell. Included in the invitation as a rundown of the show's program, which clearly states that Time Soba was to be performed by Master Toniendo himself.
No!
Uendo, why did you perform the routine your master was scheduled to do?
Well, you see, the reason for that is... Is Owen the guy drinking? How do I say this, you see? Let's say it was a prank.
That's right, it was just a little joke, you see. I was trying to surprise Shisho by performing his routine before you did. I don't know if I buy that. Was doing the victim's routine really just for laughs, or... Hey, didn't Simon happen to hear Time Soba coming from his dressing room? During Unen's performance on stage, it seems like too much of a coincidence. Wait, can it be?
What's the matter? You look like a hen with a dozen eggs to lay.
Stop comparing me to birds!
Then cease the bird brain activity! If something has occurred to you, then lay it for us out already. Don't breed resentment in those watching your performance.
Okay. I don't have a ton of confidence in this theory, but here goes. It looks like Unano's alibi checks out, Your Honor, but even though he was on stage at the time, he may have been trying to obfuscate a crucial detail about the case.
Are you referring to the silver bill the man tried to skip? No!
I'm not talking about the Rakugo story, Your Honor. To be honest, I think it kind of looks good in this position.
Oh, I'm sorry, but then what are you talking about, Miss Sykes?
What Unano may have been trying to deceive us about was the play, the course of the victim's death, the time of the victim's death, what the victim was to perform. Nope, that is not it! Nope, thought process there, ladies and gentlemen, it was just me guessing. We already discussed what it is. But you're the one who performed it, that's the question. What we thought was time soba. Oh, maybe. It's not fully processed, but let me look at the freaking lines again. Hold up, let's check it. The cause of the victim's death, the time. Yeah, there you go. Ueno tried to deceive us about the time of the victim's death. What?
Objection.
What gibberish! Prosecutor Blackwell even testified to the time of the victim's death. I know. Why do I feel like Owen's the impersonator then? But he only testified that way because he and Geiru have been completely taken in.
You mean on a silver bill thing?
Would you please forget about the story for a second, Your Honor?
I was deceived?
Pray tell, how did Unano manage to deceive two people while he was performing on stage? That's easy. All he had to do was use a certain prop in the dressing room, the TV.
Oh, and what that might be?
We had to pick the TV again, right?
Take that.
This TV was used to view what was happening on stage. Prosecutor Blackwell, when you came to this dressing room, what was Unano doing?
He was performing time soba. Blast, could it be?
Yes, it could, and it was. What you and Geiru heard was not Master Torniendo's practicing his routine. It was Unano's performance as he heard through the TV's monitor speakers.
Pakuka! What?
With the TV just inside the inner door of the dressing room, it could easily be heard from the hallway outside.
And because we knew that Master Torniendo was scheduled to perform time soba, we were easily manipulated into thinking he was still alive at the time rehearsing.
Yes, your knowledge of the day's program is where the two of you could be fooled this way. Simon, did the voice you hear belong to Master Torniendo?
With the doors in the hallway, I couldn't tell exactly who the voice belonged to. But because I heard time soba, I just assumed it was Master Torniendo. I can't believe I was taken in by such a simple mind game.
Objection.
All of that is mere conjecture. Where is your proof defense?
Objection.
Ueno moved the TV back when he discovered the body. After all, he couldn't very well leave it by the door, because then someone might figure out the trick he'd been playing. And there's one more thing about Unano's action that's suspicious.
And that is...
the fact that he flopped so badly on such an important occasion.
What's so suspicious about that? Even prop slips up once in a pro slips in a while, you know?
But I believe that this time it was intentional. Because Unano knew it would be strange to hear laughter coming from the dressing room.
What? Oh my!
I don't get it. It's all just a bit too perfect to be sheer coincidence. Plus, if the voice Prosecutor Blackwell and Geriru heard was due to Unano screaming, then the victim's time of death could have been earlier than 4 p.m. In other words, Ueno could have killed Master Torniendo himself.
We've got you by the stones now, Uendo, so you better confess everything. Well, witness, what do you have to say for yourself?
We demand an explanation. Uendo!
I confess, I tampered with the crime scene.
He said crime scene, though.
Where are we going? Is it the defense claim that Ueno Tonienda is the true murderer in this case?
If he tampered with the crime scene, then we have to at least consider him as a suspect.
Hold it. Now wait just 1 minute. Yes, I admit to messing with the dressing room, but I didn't kill Shisho.
Then why did you tamper with the crime scene?
I refuse to answer that question.
What? Plead the fifth. She's actually look cute in that position. I don't know why.
If you suspect this witness, then I have a question for you.
What could it be this time?
Ueno has absolutely no reason to murder Taifu Toniendo. After all, why would Ueno kill the man who recognized his skills and promoted him?
Oh, well, his motive was, I can't think of a single thing.
It appears you are also not aware of one other fact.
And that is?
That the accused visited the dressing room before 4 p.m. as well. Is it not natural, then, to suppose that the accused killed the victim at that time?
What?
I don't get it.
Nobody told me Mr. Wet had also gone there before, 4 p.m.
We were only discussing the time frame after 4 p.m., so I didn't think to mention it. But now that you have made that time period before 4 p.m. relevant.
Uh-oh, I don't like where this is going.
Me neither. So you really do not know what your client was doing during that time frame, do you?
Well, it was all very sudden and why did you wait until the very last second to contact me, Simon?
Don't you give me that look. And just so you know, Bucky never told me he had visited the master before 4 p.m. either.
This sort of thing is exactly why that prosecutor keeps calling us unprepared.
The defense will stop squabbling this instant.
Sorry, Your Honor.
Prosecutor Sanmari, please continue. Thank you, Your Honor. Defense, you know of the soba-making implements in the dressing room, correct?
Is he talking about the equipment for making soba noodles? Oh, what the hell am I doing?
The large bowl? The long rolling pin and the special knife that is used to cut dough into noodles? Precisely. Those tools all came from the accused soba shop.
You mean they didn't belong to Master Toniendo?
Mr. Wet had visited the dressing room to give the victim a soba making lesson. And that visit was before 4 p.m. I'm afraid that after the accused kneaded the dough and made those noodles, he committed the act of murder.
But wait, that doesn't add up. If Mr. Wet killed the victim before 4 p.m., would he return to that room at a later time?
Bruh! Wet soba, you're a kid and caboodle when it comes to noodles!
Bucky?
Oh my! Hiya, Miss Chickadee! Hey, Simon! The reason I went back is cause Master Tony ordered uncooked noodles.
Mr. Wet?
Ordered? Yesterday, I brought noodle making tools to the dressing room around 2 p.m. That's when Mr. Tony ordered uncooked soba noodles stocked up on.
Uncooked noodles to stock up on?
Yes, ma'am. Master Toniano kept a supply of soba noodles from my shop in his fridge. What's wrong with him? Is he drunk or something? He only had serving left, so I went back to my shop to get some more. Hiccup.
One serving of noodles in the fridge, but I thought the fridge was practically empty.
The flour?
Anyway, the whereabouts of the missing noodles isn't all that important now. It's the time frame.
You ran into me and Get Eater when you came back to deliver the uncooked soba, correct? That's right, Simey. I made time out of my busy day to deliver him the noodles. And you know what? He ignored me when I called to him from the inner doorway. He just kept mumbling Rakugo lines for ages, so I got mad and went back to my soba shop.
Ah, so that's why you got mad. If what he's saying is true, then there's no way he could be the murderer.
I swear, I'm telling you the truth, Miss Chica. Right on, bruh. Well, I dare say he's quite the handful.
Your Honor! Please accept the statements Mr. Webb made just now into evidence.
Why does she look so fine? Ah!
I believe the accused's statement about going to the room around 2 p.m. is true, for it falls within the victim's estimated time of death.
That opens up the possibility that the crime was committed between 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. That's some critical information.
Yes, Your Honor. But other than that one point, Mr. Webb's statements are dubious and without proof.
Objection!
But they are the words of the defendant himself. Simon, back me up here.
He has a point. If I were the prosecutor, I wouldn't accept him either. While I understand the defense's feelings on the matter, this guard is unable to accept anything other than the time the defendant made his visit.
Now what do? I trust you have no further objections, defense. At last, the time has come to send the soul of the victim onward to the Twilight Realm.
Silence!
What are you yammering on about, Prosecutor Sad Monk? We will still have something we need to question Ueno about.
We do? Like what?
Well, don't just stand there.
But what don't have any evidence left to present?
Have you forgotten already? Isn't there still a hidden witness you have yet to question?
A hidden witness? Oh, that's right. Your Honor, there's still one more issue we haven't finished discussing.
Oh, and what is this bit of unfinished business?
We haven't finished discussing the issue related to Ueno. We still have to discuss the possibility of a fourth personality, the one named Owen.
Are you suggesting that this fourth personality of Ueno might be the true culprit? Jeez, not that again. I told you we don't know anything about this Owen.
Look, Uendo, I know you don't have any motive to kill your master, but this Owen may have one for all we know.
Come clean now, Uendo. You've got another personality stashed away, haven't you?
Please tell us everything you know about Owen.
That's enough! The witness has already stated that he knows none of any Owen character. Bravo! You tell him, Mr. Prosecutor. Hey, Patches. If you claim you don't know Owen when you really do, that's a tantamount to perjury. If you want to exercise your right to remain silent, however, well, that's a different story. I don't understand.
Do not listen to the depraved prosecutor, witness. You will be tainted with his evil.
Do you have any idea how dark and cold a prison cell is?
I exercise my right to remain silent!
What's this now? Changing horses in midstream, are you?
Shut up! I will remain silent, that's it!
Patches, you fool, you stay out of this! Patches is not the brightest bulb in the box you call a noggin, is he? The fact that he switched from I don't know any Owen to I will remain silent is proof that he does know about Owen.
There it is again. Simon's formidable psychological manipulation tactic.
Reverse psychology?
I'm sure glad he's on my side today.
Objection.
That's what I'm getting at. Reverse psychology. You dirty, despicable, depraved prosecutor. You were leading the witness. Witness, there is no need for you to submit yourself to the defense's questioning.
Objection.
Your Honor, Ueno is definitely hiding something. Please allow me to question the witness about the exercise existence of Owen.
I suppose only this witness can confirm or deny the existence of Owen for us. Very well, I will allow the defense to proceed. Grr. Pakuka!
Are we actually going to another testimony?
Great! We'll be ending off today's episode right here, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure to like button, comment, performance. If you're new, if you'd like to see, click subscribe button. This is Rockets X TV, and I'm signing out.